Welcome to the Vendor Showcase. I have with us today Thomas Hall from QB Business Solutions. Welcome.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about who is Thomas Hall and who is QB Business Solutions, so we get an idea and then we'll jump right into it.
All right. Well, like you said, I'm Thomas Hall. I'm actually one of the owners of QB Business Solutions. We've been around about 25 years, but really focused on doing the warranty reimbursement and claims processing probably the last 7 years. We're relatively new doing it, I think over 7 years, but 25 years in the automotive industry. And really, we're just going out, making sure that dealers understand that they can be making a lot more in their warranty labor and parts.
25 years is a long time in this business.
It is. It is. Actually, one of the other owners, Lamena Litz, she is actually from the car business herself. She's been doing it since she was 16 years old. So she really brings a lot of the automotive. Myself, I've built cars. I've actually owned tons of cars. I love them. Just a car fanatic. But I really come from a retail background of vice president of just different stores for retailers. So between the two of us, we have a good mix of business and automotive.
Sounds like a good combination.
It is. Fun, yet, sometimes challenging.
Oh yeah, this is an interesting business for sure.
Most dealerships don't realize they're entitled to the money that's being left on the table. QB Business Solutions can help give your dealership a raise right now and keep it. How would a $100,000 to $400,000 increase affect your bottom line annually? These are real dollars and results that dealerships are achieving with QB Business Solutions. With no upfront fees, no processing fees, we get paid when you get paid. How is that possible, you ask? Many dealerships are unaware of their opportunity to receive full retail compensation for their parts and labor warranty reimbursement. Many dealers do not have the time, legal knowledge, and staff to receive the full benefits. State laws are vague, complex, and vary from state to state. It's laborious to prepare all the documentation required by every manufacturer to do this. But we have the answer. QB Business Solutions is your solution to receive your maximum allowed retail compensation. So how do we do it? Our account managers have a one-on-one consultative and personal approach that ensures accurate submissions and long-term sustainable profits for our clients. Our account managers work with your DMS provider. Proprietary reporting allows us to maximize your return. We ensure the best outcome while following state and factory guidelines. We uphold dealer and manufacturer relationships. Plus, we monitor your submission and provide you with factory notification timelines. Once manufacturer approved, you will see an immediate increase to your parts and labor gross profit year over year. We pride ourselves on 100% successful warranty submissions. With no upfront fees, no processing fees, we get paid when you get paid. Get the most out of your retail warranty reimbursement. Let QB do it for you. QB Business Solutions is where business knowledge and analytics meet.
So let's get into it. What dealers care about is what pain are they experiencing and how do you solve that?
Okay, so one of the biggest things actually dealers today is they just don't know, how to go about the process. And a lot of dealers actually don't know it's even out there for them. So, we'll call it the 10, 12, 13, 15,000 dealers that, we'll talk to yearly. I would say a good 50 to 60% don't even know about warranty reimbursement. And that's pretty scary. The manufacturer is allowing 40% parts, and then basically you're allowed whatever you can get at your door rate. Well, realistically, state laws actually have changed in the past 10 years, stating that you're allowed to use your customer pay or retail tickets to come up with what your true ELR is and your true markup is. So if you think about this today, if your door rate's $150 and your warranty rate is $100, why would it not be $150? So what we do is really bridge that gap for labor and parts, just to make the manufacturer, and the brand the manufacturer and the stores be able to be on the same page for customer pay and warranty. So Paul, I have a presentation I can go over to really help the stores understand a little bit more information about QB Business and what we can do to help you. So as we sit here, really QB Business really focuses around a few things. Of course, the sales and profit of the building. Obviously, everybody's focused on driving more sales and more profit. One thing we really pride ourselves on around sustainability. We want to make sure the stores are always doing what they're supposed to be doing. So whether we're looking at your ROs or talking to a client, we make sure that whatever you're doing is the right thing to do and that you're doing it forever. We're not focused on doing one thing and then changing it later on. We just want to make sure it's correct. And then we really do this through labor and parts. So just to go into a little bit of information of what we do, right here, like I said, we talked about our warranty reimbursement for labor and parts. We take a one-on-one consultative approach. We don't dive into your DMS system and just get your best numbers. We actually start with your stores, look at your ROs weekly, make sure you have practices in place that are doing well for yourself. If we see some concerns or anything that would help your information, we give you that information. You are assigned an account manager, which they'll give you information every week on your store that you just may not be aware of, or you just don't have time to take care of. Before we start a store, we do some dealer market analysis for you. And all of this is all free in the beginning. We give you all this information for free. We check to see how you're doing in your market. Is there room to put a labor grid in? Is there room to put a parts matrix in? Is there an opportunity that your door rate is too low compared to your area? So a lot goes into that dealer market analysis. Another part of our business is the warranty claims processing. What we do around the warranty claims processing is a lot of stores today are struggling with getting the warranty claims paid on time, whether it be a staffing issue or vacation. So it's something we've taken over and really tried to become your one-stop warranty solution with warranty reimbursement and warranty claims processing.
So hold on a second, Thomas.
Yes.
So you would actually do the processing for them. So in essence, saving them the need for somebody in the store to do it.
Correct. Actually, your warranty clerk that you may be struggling with, or a tough person to hire right now, they would no longer have to be there, and we would do it remotely for you, which we don't take days off. Your process, there's no vacation time, nothing like that. So we do it remotely, and we process them within 24 hours every day.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's really becoming easy for a lot of the clients we have today, way just to use the resources they have in the store, and we can guarantee you a better results from our side.
I mean, you do this day in and day out, so I would imagine that if I had one less employee to have to worry about, that's worth its weight in gold.
Absolutely. Plus, you got to think about what it's worth for the store. Maybe benefits, vacation time, all those things that you don't have to pay, and you're actually achieving better results.
Can't argue that.
Yep. So it is. It's actually very beneficial. And our warranty reimbursement as well. We don't go to the stores. This is all done remotely. So it's easy for the store. You don't have to be tripping over anybody all the time. So it's an easier conversation, and it's just better for the store. We do pride ourselves about really being black and white and really focus on warranty compliance, making sure that repair orders are right, op code usage, all what makes a store fixed ops run correctly. We're always checking that all the time. And then we do the service and parts assessments like we talked about, with just the labor grid, parts matrix, and just overall, just making sure does the store have the right action plan in place.
Nice.
This slide is just giving a little bit more information of what we do, really focus on the reimbursement, the claims processing. As I said, we're over 25 years of experience here, but really what we do differently in the warranty and reimbursement is, like I said, we don't dive into your DMS system. We're really taking you from day one. You're given an account manager, and they're working the process with you to make sure your ROs are really clean and making sure they're correct, not only for today, but for the future. So when the brand ever looks at any information, it's actually always correct. So we're really excited to bring that biggest part to the store. And believe it or not, that's free for us. We don't charge to do that, actually. We just do that compliance part as part of our services. And then it said the warranty claims processing, that's just our two core initiatives in the company that we really, think that one-stop solution is perfect for you.
One throat to choke, so to speak.
That's exactly right. And here's where it gets really exciting. So a lot of stores always say, well, does it apply to me? Well, of course it does. We put the map here just to show. So in 48 of the 50 states, you're allowed labor and parts reimbursement. So that means if you're a store that's at 40% parts, you shouldn't be. If you're at a store that's has a door rate more than $10 off of your door rate, that's a problem. That's where we really come in and focus on looking at your tickets, or your RO, and really focusing on your store and getting you the sales and profit you can achieve the highest. And we've already done over 1,500 stores in the last 4 years. We do all brands. So there really is no reason that a store wouldn't want to look and get at least a free projection on what they could be making. And what's amazing, Paul, is we're not changing anything. It's the same ROs that you're using today. When the brand changes their mind and says, hey, listen, we're going to give you this new rate, it actually just goes into effect seamlessly and there's nothing to do.
And now here's the great part about having a company like you doing their stuff for them. When there's a buy sell, and a lot of people don't know this, the numbers go back to square one. You have to reapply or refile for it.
That is correct.
A store will,
we see that a lot.
A store will take over and they'll be scratching their head like, hey, how come we're not getting the, what happened to our revenue?
Yeah.
A lot of them don't know. And that's like I said, where you guys come in.
Yeah, and we do that quite often. We hear stores that just transferred, a buy sell, and they go back to square one, the original labor rate or their contracted labor rate they'd agree with, but they always go back to 40% parts. And for some stores that are doing $2 million, $3 million in parts, you're talking about over $1 million probably loss in parts alone.
That's incredible.
Yep. So what information to put here was just some common information, and I'll just go through high level real quick. One of the facts is that auto dealers, like I said, they just take their yearly increase. So a brand will say, hey, here's $1, here's $1.50 year for year. We won't call that hush money, but we'll call it like, hey, listen, we don't want you to file. So you don't have to do that. You can actually go into and get information from our website. You can reach out to us and we'll give you a free projection on how much money you could be making. A lot of dealers still accept the 40%, as I said. That is so far gone. Out of those 48 states, those dealers should be making national average at least, and that's around 76% parts markup. So if you're not a dealer making 76 or higher, then that's something you want to look at for sure. And then we've always put this little slogan on there. It says MSRP is not retail. We hear a lot of people talk about, hey, I'm getting MSRP, I'm getting everything the brand will give me. Well, again, that's not true. The law states retail compensation. So that's a big difference there. And one of the biggest challenges for stores to do it on their own is the laws are very complex. They have to be very specific. I can't tell you how many dealers call us and say, hey, I tried to submit a few months ago and I got declined. Or they said I didn't do it correctly. And it is a very complicated task that they might give you $1 or a little bit, or like I said, worse is a rejection. However, you could be making $10, $15, $20, $30 an hour more and a lot on parts markup. So you have to just really make sure if the dealer's doing it on, they're very thorough, they can look at it. We're always here for questions. We are going to start doing some podcast training, just for dealers that want to do it on their own and give us some, and I can help them get some advice on what they're doing today.
76%, that's stronger than garlic, because for so many years, people have been happy with the 35 to 40%. They thought that was strong.
Yeah. And, depending on your market and your area, obviously it changes. California is different than Florida. Florida is different than Texas. Texas is different than New York. And depending on your market and your DMA, your area itself, a lot of those stores, 80, 90, 100%. Just depends on, in the metro area.
Sounds like you're in a lot of markets.
We are. We, like I said, we touch every state and every brand. So we definitely have a lot of knowledge through everywhere we've been. And, again, over the 1,500 stores just in the last 4 years, is really help us bridge that gap of learning a lot of information and sharing a lot of information with our clients. So the real quick slide here, just really what makes us different. Like I said, we don't dive into your DMS system. We have a trained staff. You actually have an account manager that's assigned to the store. They are directly talking to the store weekly about the good, the bad. They get information we send to the store and the owners just so they understand where their business is at. Our profit increase, I will tell you, this is something that is different than us than anybody else out there. Our forecast, when we give you a forecast, we're over 99% accurate. So if I tell you that we can get you a dollar amount, we're at that dollar amount. And Paul, actually 50% of the time we overachieve that. But we want to make sure that we always stay true to the business, and what we tell you is what we get for you. The minimal involvement, that's really simple from the stores. We ask every week to have us send us some samples of ROs so we can see how they look and give you some analysis around warranty compliance and more of a consultative approach there. We look at the ROs, I said, repair order evaluation, and we always make sure that the dealer and the brand relationship remains the same. A lot of people think that they're going to come after them or there's going to be some problems because they're filing. And truth is, that's not true at all. There really is no retaliation at all. The brands will go out, pay it. This has been going on for years, and there just is no retaliation. I can't stress that enough with the brands, as they use that as a fear factor.
You might as well get what you're due.
Well, and that's what it is, and the laws made it that way, and the NADA and all these local ADAs have come through and said passed it to where it said, hey, listen, you're allowed to have retail compensation for labor and parts, so go get it. This is something fun on our website. This is just for everybody that can go onto it. You can go to our website and you can type in a few of your own numbers. So, this gives you probably about an 85% accurate on the calculator of what your store can do. So if a store is wondering without contacting us, hey, do I have any money that I can actually make on it? So they can go in and fill in these 4 fields. All it is you see 4 on the left and 4 on the right, and it'll tell you exactly what you can make. This is a store we just completed recently. So a store, which is a relatively medium-sized store at $800,000 in labor sales, they made $206,000 just in labor. And they're going to make that forever. From now on, there's no going backwards. And the same thing in parts, they made $138,000. So, you're talking nearly $350,000 for a building that didn't make that before and didn't change anything and just use the law to fix this going forward.
What I like about this tool is that consumers today like to be in control of the process, right? They want to be able to access information without necessarily giving up a lot of information. And if they like what they see, if they like what they hear, at that point, that's when they go further to learn more. So a tool like this, where anybody can go on, fill in a few fields, and then see what the probability is or what the amount of money is that they're leaving on the table. I mean, I can't understand why somebody wouldn't want to learn more. It's I hate to say free money, but it is free money.
Well, I think that, I think the service managers and the parts managers, these fixed ops, they want to make more money. Everybody wants to make more money, but when you're coming to the general manager or the owner, of the dealer principal, you have to come with some data, right? You got to be able to say, I know that based off of this, I can get some information. And believe it or not, we put this calculator on here because it was our most requested thing from our from our dealers. Said, man, I wish I knew this before. So we did just exactly what you said. And, we track our hits just like everybody does to our website, and our calculator, it is our #1 page. And then when people look at it and they have lift, they do call us, and it works out great.
A wonderful tool. It's almost like, people that are shopping for a house, they have that mortgage calculator.
Yeah.
What's it going to cost? Well, this tells you, what are you going to make? What's in it for you? Bam.
Yeah.
It's right
Absolutely.
there.
I will tell you that stores that think you don't have a lot of money, they really do all the time. Our average is $100,000 to $500,000 per labor and per parts. We see it all the time that they should be making that money already. So every month that they miss it, you know, every month they don't do anything about it, you're now just losing that money, honestly.
So now they know what the cost is of not doing anything.
Correct. Absolutely. So the last slide's real simple. I just tried to put together the most amount of questions that we get all the time, whether it be myself or through our website or our contact information. And you see the first one, how is this possible to go through and do this? And we already stated a few times, it's really using the state law and the brand, their P&P, and is able to do this. It's been around for almost 10 years. Different states have different dates they went live, but for the most part, 10 years. So the first step is, are you aware of it? And that's why that's possible. The second thing is we talked about that relationship with the manufacturer. The dealers still think today that the brand is going to smack their hand. Hey, I still need goodwill help. I still need help for the dealer. I still have to have a good relationship with my rep. That all stays the same. They actually, for the most part, aren't even involved. All these brands have different departments and headquarters that actually take care of it, and they just get funneled down to the brand with the answer. So the relationship still stays as good as it was when we started. There really is no impact and there no retaliation. The process, as you can see there, takes basically 30 to 60 days, depending on the state and the volume of the dealership, from when we start to when you actually start achieving your money. So a lot of people ask, well, how long does it take? If your store has some concerns operationally, you know, it might take 90 days or 120 days, because we want to make sure we're helping you achieve the best results and be sustainable from that point on. And then the last question is what we get the most is, does my state allow that? Well, that map that we looked at earlier shows 48 of the 50 states allow labor and parts, but all 50 will let you do labor. So every state of every brand is allowed to file.
You know, it almost seems too good to be true. A tool that tells you what you're missing, and let's face it, the time that it takes to implement really is nothing in our business, because in the blink of an eye, it's a year later.
Very true.
Wow, Thomas, that's some great information right there. And right at your fingertips, you simply go on the website, you look at the tool, you see what opportunities there are and what you're missing. Then it's just a question of reaching out, and within a short period of time, they're getting the money that they're due. Great stuff. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate sharing it. Like I said, any kind of information on the website, you can contact us. Like I said, we're starting to do some more training as far as we're going to do, just a little bit of online, and just, help stores understand whether they use us or not, give them a resource of how to do things. I will tell you that most stores do try to do it. Unfortunately, it does end up not in their favor or not what they could be making, but we want to provide tools just for anybody that they can.
Great stuff. Thanks again.
Thank you. Hi, Thomas here at QB Business Solutions. We get asked, what are some challenges that dealerships are facing today in the retail warranty reimbursement? And it really comes down to two things. First, dealers are tired of being rejected by the brand. And secondly, they're just not getting the results they deserve. What does QB do to help this? We take the hassle away from the dealer and we deliver best of the industry results. If you're interested in making up to $500,000 in retail labor and parts compensation, then call or email us or visit our website, qbbusinesssolutions.com, to learn more. My name is Thomas from QB Business Solutions, and we specialize in increasing your dealership's profitability.
I'm Jeremy Bean. I'm the CFO for Sames Auto Group. We have 14 rooftops in South Texas, 7 franchises in total. We've been around since 1910, 5th generation ownership now. At the end of the day, I like you guys, like the business structure, and I like your people better than your competitor. Yeah, I didn't realize how much we were leaving on the table at several of our stores. A couple of them really got some big increases in the neighborhood of like 35% increases. You don't realize that that's even capable and possible until you finally get that approval letter, and then next thing you know, you're actually getting the funding at that new rate, which that just blew my mind. Also, best practices. Some of the things you guys brought in helped us improve our profitability across customer pay. So not just warranty, but customer pay has also gone up as well.